Let's talk about the origin of ScaevaTechnologies. It has been a lifelong curiosity and a journey that led to our first spatial emulation breakthrough. As an early musician and armed with just enough knowledge of the physics of sound to be dangerous, I've always been baffled by the perceptual differences in how music sounds in headphones versus how the same content sounds coming from loudspeakers in a physical space. For example, I remembered saving up to buy a reel-to-reel tape recorder as a teenager so that I could tape touring bands and then duplicate and sell cassette tapes to my fellow students. I would always find ways to meet the bands. I'd personally set up the microphones before the show. Then during the performance, while the tape was rolling, I would alternatingly listen bare-eared and then with headphones. Now, most of these live shows were in gymnasiums or auditoriums, so there was plenty of spatial shaping occurring. But since that time, I have never been able to shake the feeling that there was something fundamentally different about how I perceive music when listening through headphones. It seemed to me that I was somehow missing something quite basic. Fast forwarding a few decades, one musician daughter and 4 startups later, Wendy Curd, Scaeva's co-founder, finally convinced me that it was time for me to refocus this nagging curiosity into making a huge difference in the music industry. So we began with research by talking with numerous experienced professionals in the sound industry, ranging from film sound designers to recording engineers to platinum record producers. And from many discussions, a universal truth emerged, that the fundamental psychoacoustic differences in how the brain interprets sounds in headphones versus in physical space was a significant barrier to producing and enjoying content. Now, at first I believed it was related to the physics behind how the transducers in headphones converted electrical energy into air motion. In other words, the coupling or the transfer function between electrical energy and air vibrations. I worked with a local inventor who held an interesting patent for a new headphone transducer. However, this turned out to be a dead end. Unfortunately, the problem was much deeper and more complex, having to do more with how we as humans perceive sound versus how the sound was being reproduced. And it was this realization that ultimately resulted in the past 3 years of research, invention, and validation, leading to Scaeva's solution to this immense problem of representing spatially relevant audio in stereo headphones.